nutrients your body actually needs?
Actually, being a vegan isn't a bad thing for your health. Yes, you do have to be careful when you're on a vegan diet and you can't just suddenly cut off all meat. You have to transition into it. When you're on a vegan diet, you have to be very careful what you eat. So when you're on a vegan diet, you have to have more protein, vitamin B12, iron, and many more things. But I have heard when you are on a vegan diet, it helps people with diet restrictions, lower risk of health diseases, and certain cancers. I'm not vegan, and this video isn't meant to convince anybody to become vegan, but to educate why people are on a vegan diet. Why does shows not know how to write a child character? Every time I watch a show that's typically an adult cast would sometimes add kids to their show so all their viewers watching can relate to a character. And every time they add a kid to the adult cast it feels weird. I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like I can't relate to the character because they either make the kid this great, smart, well-adjusted kid, or a rebellious, mean kid. And it's not something any realistic kid would do. Being popular does not give you the right to be a bad person. I don't understand why people blame social media and a famous person's fans for their actions. I hate the saying of, oh, the fame just got to them, because that's a lame excuse, and it's just a way to justify the popular person's actions in some way. I'm sure having millions of people follow you can have an effect on how you are online, but that doesn't mean you become this horrible person. Like if you feel the need to be hateful to somebody else just because you can, I think you should step away from social media. Is there a song that's always stuck in your head? For me, it's Imposter Syndrome by Sydney Jish. That song isn't even that good, but because it's so catchy, I'm always catching myself singing that song. Saying you have dyslexia, or form of blindness when you don't is weird. I have dyslexia and I'm slightly colorblind, which wasn't great growing up with. I wasn't bullied, but a lot of people do get bullied for not being able to spell correctly or not able to read fast enough without stuttering. For instance, I know bigger words confuse me. When I'm reading or trying to spell something it can be very difficult. I'm also slightly colorblind. Since I have a form of color blindness, it can be hard to figure out what certain colors are, because some colors would merge together and I can't figure out what they actually are. At the end of the day I make sure that that doesn't affect me, so it's really annoying when people say that they claim to have something when they don't. What is going on with Grey's Anatomy? This show used to be so peak, but after like the 10th season, it wasn't the same. For example, almost all the main characters left, which means they had to replace all of them with these new characters that are not really relatable. I think the main reason why I don't like the show is because they kept Owen on for so long. He's a cheater, and his character isn't likable. Honestly, I think the best time to stop watching the show is between season 10 and maybe season 13. I'm going to keep watching it, but that's because I'm already invested in the show. Why are we judging people for being overweight? I keep seeing videos of women simply just making a video on what they eat in a day, and in their comment section is people making fun of them. Like, are you being serious? It's not your body. You're not their doctor, so why do you care so much about their weight? If you can't handle someone being overweight or just not your ideal body shape, then you need help. Do people know what a prank is? There is so many prank videos out there and they're just not funny. Most of these pranks are just harassing people in public. A good prank would be funny for the person you're pranking. If that person isn't laughing, then you were just being mean to them for clout without their consent.